Morning, Bobby.
Yeah, good
Good,
afternoon
good
all.
morning.
Please switch on your camera.
Good afternoon.
Chief, please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Govind. Good afternoon. Govind, your
Yeah, hi.
the view is not clear. The video.
1 minute, 1 minute.
Mm.
No?
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah,
Yeah. How are you doing today, Govind?
yeah, I am good. What about you, Abhishek?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've gone through your profile, but please give me a brief intro about yourself and mainly cover your recent project which you have worked on. Let's take 2 to 3 minutes on the same, and then we can jump into the questions.
yeah. My name is Govind. I have overall 5.2 years in IT experience. Coming to big data is 4 years. My tech stack is a Python, Pyspark, Hive, Hadoop, Hope, and SQL, and some services, AWS services. Coming to my project name, currently I am working on a Nissan Motors Private Limited, like it is a automobiles domain. Coming to
Yeah.
my project name is a TDC, like it is a total delivery cost. In this project, totally three modules is there. One is input layer, second one is storage layer, third one is a TDC results layer. So we receive files daily wise in the HDFS landing path in the CSV format.
Okay.
Once we receive files in the HDFS landing path, we pick the files with help of the Pyspark and also applying the data validations. Data validations means like any null values is there, replace the null values into the zero values, and also we are removing the duplicates data.
Mhm.
Once this logic is completed, then the data is moved to the second layer. It is a inbound layer,
Mhm.
storage layer. Once the data is moved to the storage layer, again we pick the results and applying the TDC results logic. TDC results logic means like in the for example, I am taking one CSV file. In the CSV file, some integer column values is there like tooling cost, tariff cost, domestic transportation cost, sea freight cost. Some integer column values is there. So if Taylor distance is a one column name in the CSV file. In the daily distance is more than 50 kilometers, so we apply the tooling cost and the tariff cost by domestic transportation cost. Like those are aggregations. This logic is provided by the business. Once apply this logic, again we store data in the final Hive table, like target
Mhm.
table. Once data is moved to the target table, tablet image is connected to our Hive table and visualize to front end. This is my project
Okay.
overview.
Okay. That's great. And when you said, okay, your data, getting data was coming to your HDFS location, right? Like what kind of data were you were
Yeah.
getting to your HDFS location?
You are asking
Not
Valmi?
volume,
Valmi?
the type of data, CSV file, and you can say what
Yeah,
all
CSV
are
file.
CSV file.
CSV. Yeah, CSV files only. Yeah, all are CSV
Oh,
files only.
okay, okay. Other than CSV file, have you worked on any other data set?
Yes. Once file is received CSV, but storing purpose we are using ORC
Mhm.
file format.
Yeah, later you're converting into the optimized formats. Understand. Okay, that's good.
Yes.
Fine. Okay, go on. Now, first tell me about the difference between RDD and DF and why DF is faster compared to RDD.
Yeah. RDD is a, collection of the element stored in a one element. Like it is stored data in the
Notes.
nodes. So it is a RDD is a for
Okay.
data nodes. Driver, sorry, it is stored data in the driver. It RDD is a fault tolerance and immutability, and it is also lazy evaluation. Coming to the data frame is a distributed collection of the name. It looks like a tables, like it is a uh,
Okay.
structured data. So data frame store data in the memory. So compared with the RDT, data frame is a first because it's data store in the memory.
And why exactly DFs are faster compared to RDD?
Mm, Like it's look like a table format, like column and row format, but RDD is not a row
But
and column
format, I
format.
understand this is tabular format and
That's
that's
why.
not a tabular format. But I'm just trying to understand why DFs are faster because we prefer DFs to work in the Spark, right? Why not RDD? Because DFs are faster is one of the main thing. Why exactly is that?
Yeah, because of some inbuilt services available, like select and any filter the data in filter is there, and any grouping the data we can apply the group. Some inbuilt modules is there, so developer side it is easy and
Inbuilt
very
module in
fast.
the sense, are you referring to any specific uh, uh,
Like select is there one of, like if you required only selected columns, we can uh, read the only required columns applying the filter.
there is a
Like
main
select
component you remember in the DFs,
functions, those are
which
functions.
helps mainly to optimize the plans and then it helps to execute compared to RDD. Have you heard about Catalyst Optimizer?
Yeah, but I'm not sure exactly. Like if applying the catalyst optimizer, it is remove the unwanted data
No, no, no.
and
Data
read
frames
the
internally
required
uses
data only.
Catalyst Optimizer, which intelligently rewrites the queries for better performance. And that's why it is faster compared to RDD when we try to execute it. No worries. Now let's move on to the next question. You have also
Okay.
worked in the Hive, right? So what are the different tables you worked in the Hive?
Yes. We are using temporary tables also. We are using and internal tables also. We are using external
Okay.
tables also. We are using
And when do you exactly use
those
internal
tables.
table
We are using.
and when will you use external table?
Coming to the internal table, if data is required only our side, like any testing purpose data is required, then we are using the internal table. Coming to the external table, if this data is also retrieve the another team also, like another teammates, then we can prefer the
Let's
external
take a
table.
scenario. Let's say if the metadata is deleted for the external table, and if we have, let's say the external, I mean, the metadata is created, metadata is deleted for the external table, and if we recreate it, will it work with the same location which
Yes, it's all.
will it work?
Yeah, it's work.
Okay, okay. And in order to, uh,
Yes, because of data is available. Yeah. Data is available in the
mm,
particular path. We can pass while creating the table. We can pass the locations. That location data is available. Same locations we are creating the external table. The
yeah,
data is
that's
reload to the
fine for
table.
me. Yeah. In Spark, how about cache and persist? When do you use which? Persist.
Yeah, see and persistent. Any intermediate data is there, then we can apply the cache and persistent. If you this purpose,
Persist.
but
Yeah.
persistent is more
Mm.
performance compared with the cache. Yeah, because if data is stored on the
We do have
memory, cache is
different
stored
storage
data in
level
the
in
disk level.
persist as well, right? Mm,
Yeah, memory. Yeah, memory and
yeah.
memory
Yeah.
only, disk only, memory
When
and
will you use,
disk.
because in persist also we have
Those levels we
memory,
can
whereas
store.
cache by default stores in memory, just like you said. And when exactly we use which one? Hmm.
If memory size is more,
Memory size is
then we
more,
can
we will
prefer
prefer
the
what?
memory only. If memory size is less, then we can prefer
Okay, if memory size is more, we can use
memory
memory
only.
only. Are you sure?
Memory size is
Memory only of persist you are talking about,
yes.
right? Okay, okay.
If
Fine, fine.
memory,
And how about cache?
is
Are you sure?
cache, it's directly store data in the disk level only.
Actually, you're talking opposite way. Cache stores the data by default in
Yes.
memory compared to disk. Nowadays, understood. And okay, now you
Mm,
have mentioned about some of the optimization techniques which you have used in your profile. I mean, which are in your project as per your profile. So could you please let me know what are the optimization techniques you have used in Hive?
mm.
Yeah, yeah, in Hive. Mhm.
Hive. Okay. Vectorizations we are vectorizations and bucketing and partitions
Mhm.
and predicate push down
Okay.
and
What do you
remove the
mean by
unwanted
predicate push down?
columns. Those are we are using in Hive. Like it
By
remove
using
the
what
unwanted
conditions?
data and filter the required data only, like filter
Filtration. Yeah,
conditions.
that's good. When you say vectorization, how do you enable
Filter.
vectorization, or what's the use of
Mm.
vectorization? How it helps in the optimization?
For an for enabling
Yeah,
vectorizations, like we
settlement,
can
right?
use
Yeah. Mhm.
hive dot set dot vectorization is equal to true. If we- yeah,
Mhm.
if enable the
Mhm.
vectorization, read data from the at the time 1024 records instead of the one record.
What logic will happen?
And,
Okay,
and
it will
once
read
read the data, it
1024
apply
records
the logic.
afterwards. So it will help in.
After then, based on the logic, yeah, based on the logic. Next step, we are applying any logic, right? Based on the logic, it is apply
Okay, moving on to
logic
the
and
next
return the
question. What is
data.
the difference between bucketing and partitioning? You can take it in Hive and you can explain me.
Coming to the partitions, uh, if applying the partitions, data is split into the different parts.
Mhm.
So if you fetch for example,
Mm.
we are considering partitions based on the country wise. So if you fetch the data based on the
Mhm.
country, it's go to the particular block and
Mm.
it return the data. It's not scan the entire data.
Mhm.
So it is improve the performance because of it did not scan the entire data.
Very
That's why.
sure. Uh,
Yeah,
that's
number of
what.
the district value equal
Yeah,
to
yeah,
number
I
of the
understand.
bucketing.
Yeah, for bucketing.
Sorry, partitioning. Yeah, partitioning. Yeah, coming to
Mm.
the bucketing,
Mm.
it's split the large data set into the smaller files. It follow the hash functions. So we can pass the how many buckets is required. We can pass the like clustered by. We can pass column name into the number of the buckets. We can
Okay.
pass
Then both
based on
splits the
the
data, right?
number of the
Both
buckets. It
partition
can
also
store
splits the data,
the
bucketing
following
also
hash
splits the
functions.
data. But what is the main difference is really between when both are splitting the data, then I could use bucketing only. I don't need to use partitioning it. Why exactly I need mm, mm,
Yeah, yeah. If you applying the bucketing, if district value is more,
mm,
sorry,
mm,
if you applying the partitions, if district value is more, then it is more partitions is created.
mm.
So each partition is data
Yeah.
store on the block. If more partitions is there, more data blocks is occupied. It is
Okay.
impact the
Yeah.
performance,
That
and
sounds
that's why
fine.
we
Yeah.
can.
Similarly, in
This
Spark
is the
or
one.
in Pyspark, you can say uh, what uh, what's the difference between coalesce and repartition? When exactly is we use coalesce and we use repartition? Mm, mm,
Coming to the repartitions, if any chances
yeah.
any data or
Mhm.
any file data is received large, definitely it is a increase the time for running
Mm,
the jobs. So at this time we can apply the repartitions. If applying the repartitions, if we partitions is increased or decreased, if but if applying the repartition, it is data is moved to the
Okay. Okay.
one cluster to another cluster. One data is moved to one cluster to another
Only decrease
cluster.
the
It is
partition.
shuffling is involved. So coming to the
So in
repartitions,
which
it
one
is
you are
only
saying the
decrease the
partition will
partitions.
decrease?
Here there is no shuffling.
Police. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mhm. In repartition also,
police.
let's say I had 100 partition. I can just say, okay, let's have, we can use repartition and we can make it to 10 partitions also, right? So just like similarly like police. That's correct.
Yeah, but if you're
That's correct.
applying the
Yes.
repartitions, it is shuffling
That's
is
why we use
involved.
police, right?
Once shuffling is involved, it is like it impact
Okay.
the performance.
Okay. I'll just before we move on to the coding round part, I
Yes.
just have one last question. Let's say if a job is taking more time to complete, how do you start troubleshooting it? How do you troubleshoot? Mm. Mhm.
If any job is long, yeah, if any job is long running, first we are checking the Spark
Mm.
web UI, like which job is currently running
Mm.
and which stage is currently running and which task is currently running. Based on that stage and task wise, we are checking the source code. In the source code, like any intermediate data is there,
Mhm.
we can apply the cache, and any joins is there, one small table and one
Mhm.
big table, then we can prefer the broadcast join. Any like infer schema is there, replace the infer schema into n4 schema.
That's
Any
good.
map functions is there, replace the map into map
Mm.
partitions. And any applying the
Mhm.
collies or repartitions is required, we can apply the
Mhm.
collies or repartitions. And any unwanted data is received, remove the unwanted data
Okay. Okay.
and read the required data.
That's great to call.
Those
Okay,
scenarios we
now
can
coming to
apply the
the
logic
SQL
and
query part, right?
re-trigger the
So,
job again.
like first of all, tell me how good are you, or how would you rate yourself for both SQL and Python? And even in your previous organization or in the current organization in Nissan, like when you extract the data in the first level, do you use more of Pyspark code, or it's more of Pyspark with SQL syntaxes?
Yeah. Sometimes we are using Pyspark and
Okay.
if
So
still required in the
on a
Pyspark
scale of 10,
plus
how would
SQL,
you
we
rate
can use
yourself for both Python and
Pyspark
SQL?
SQL, but less used in the Python.
Okay. Mm. Okay. 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 Now let's jump into the question on the SQL
SQL
part.
is
So let's say
7.5,
pasted
Python
the
6.
question in the chat. So you just need to find out the third highest salary in SQL with respect to department. But consider that there are two tables. One is employee table and one is department table. And department number is a joining key. Yeah, yeah. First, please share your screen.
Can I share my screen?
Yeah, you can copy this to Notepad.
Mm.
Yeah. So you have two table, one table with employee name and salary, and the second table with the department information. Both has a department column as a joining key, department ID or department number. Okay.
Okay.
First of all, even before you start, how do you start, or how do you approach this problem, or how do you try to solve this using
So
what technique?
EMP.
You know?
Yeah. First, first we are joining two tables based on the department. Then we can apply the
Absolutely. Yeah, please go
group
ahead and
by,
write the syntax.
and we can pass limit 2 comma 1, or we can use den string from emp inner join. Join cell selector from the team dpt inner join dpt ep dot id p dot
Now,
id
in both the tables, you have department ID, department ID.
p dot
Yeah.
id. Okay. Department ID. So we can joining. I think here we can prefer the rank also. Then string over partitions of department order same as rank. CTS as oddest. So select star from CTS where rank equal to 3.
That should be fine.
I think this one.
But you have added brackets in line number 6 and line number 8. Is that
If you want
necessary
required columns, then
when
we
you
can
join two
prefer
tables?
required columns. Inner join.
But you can just, since you
Required
have
or
used
not, I don't
already,
know, but it is
what is that? Select.
it is required only.
After inner join,
We are using this
can't we
way for
directly
joining two
use
tables and find out
department
the
table and join
any
it
highest
with the
value.
same joining condition? Yeah, that's what I was asking
Yes,
for.
we
Why
can
exactly
also
you used
apply
additional
directly
brackets?
here inner join. Then here we can pass department table name on. We can pass directly these conditions. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And you can
So that
paste that
one
answer
also,
here.
I
Not a
believe it
problem.
another way also
In
we
the
can
chat, you
write
can paste it.
previous.
Now we have just one last question I have on Pyspark. I'm pasting the requirement. Yeah. So this need the Pyspark code, Govind. It is, you can just first of all paste that into Notepad and then you will understand it clearly. Just you can copy the first few lines also, the data set. You have copied only half of it. Really? Yeah. Giving you the data set plus the requirement.
Sorry. Okay, okay. One minute.
Yeah. So you have this four columns in CSV file. You will have to read it and then perform the next scenarios which I mentioned. So you can first read through and let me know how you would or what is the syntax you would use, I would use before even writing it.
Yeah. Filter transaction where amount is not unpositive. Okay. Largest single transaction for
Yeah, yeah.
for each
You can first
final the
explain for a
transaction.
minute, like what is
Largest
syntax
amount
you use and
is
like, how do you
final
follow,
credit pattern
and then you
year
can write
one
it down.
transaction.
Mm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Can I explain or write code?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for reading the CSV file, what command you would
First,
use?
first I'm reading the CSV file.
Mhm.
Once read the CSV file, I am converted the
Yeah.
string to
Yeah.
timestamp using the date
And when you
format.
have a timestamp parsing
Then we are applying the data
to a
frame
proper
to
timestamp, because the timestamp is in string, how do you convert that into a timestamp?
park.read.csv. We can pass the
Read
option header
function.
equal to true.
Okay.
Those once
Okay. Okay. Mm.
using the date function.
Mm.
Uh, date timestamp date time.
And how about the next one?
Then we can apply the filter conditions. For example, data is available in the df. So
Mm.
df dot filter, we can pass column name is greater than 0. Then only we can apply
Group by
this
will
way.
you do only user? Because we need total amount spent by
So
user per day.
this one is as for user, group by user and
Mm.
order by
You can
amount,
add just day also. Okay, okay, correct. That's not mentioned
and
over
the
there.
limit.
Fine, fine. Yeah. Yeah, group by user and then yeah.
Group by user and amount. Sorry, day also.
Yeah, you are using, yeah, you're telling correctly,
Yeah,
but you are
find
using the
transaction
SQL
equal
version of it. Let's say you wanted to
and the
solve it
order
using
by
the just the
amount
Python or
descending.
PySpark code.
Then we can
How would you
pass
solve that?
limit
Find the largest single transaction.
one, limit one,
Mm.
or we can use den strang here. Yeah, yeah, Pyspark. Yeah, Pyspark. Here we are using group by Pyspark user and find out the largest amount. Uh, we can use order by df equal df dot order by. We can pass column name equal to ascending equal to true.
Hmm.
Sorry, descending equal to true. Then we can use like so we can pass only one value is required. We can pass one. Then for example data is available in the df, then df dot write partitions by. We can pass these column names, give
Okay,
it
Govind.
the
Yeah, please go ahead
format
and write it now.
varti, sorry, parquet dot we can pass path name dot parquet. We can pass path name. Okay.
Govind, just one small correction I have made in the requirement. Just instead of finding the largest single transaction per user, I made it like a daily aggregation. Compute total amount spent by each user per day. You can remove that requirement completely. Yeah, yeah, that line you can remove it completely.
Ah,
Maybe you can copy what. Yeah, yeah, that line completely, and you can just compute the daily aggregation. Total amount spent by each user per day. You please try to use as much as Pyspark code instead of SQL code. I know you are able to do it
this line come.
with SQL because we are looking for people who has good hands on the Python and Pyspark. That way it will help us.
Yeah. Create.
Hey, this
Yeah.
imports is fine, and we can directly just go at spark.read.csv and get started because I know these are the common things which will do it. It's understand.
Mm, yeah. File path, then properly pass the timestamp into okay. df1 equal df1 dot with column. You can pass here timestamp or timestamp
Yeah,
cast
it's fine.
cast date time
Yeah.
timestamp type. think we can pass date timestamp.
Yeah, please put your charger. No
Yeah.
worries. Take a minute.
It's then we can use way non-positive amount. Okay. df2 equal to df done. Can I put charger if low? Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. You're saying greater than 0, but you're using less than 0.
Dear filter.
Yeah.
D dot amount greater than 0.
Yeah.
Mm, 0. Then daily aggregations compute the total amount is each user per day. Okay. df3 equal df dot group by the timestamp last time dot I aggregate sum of amount alias amount partitions by the df4 equal df1 dot pr partitions by call year year um, call month okay dot yeah but
Sorry, I was speaking on mute. You can paste the final code of both SQL and Pyspark in the chat, please.
yeah